I want to say it like that for a second. I want to come to you live for a brief second just to talk to you about some of my personal beliefs on speaking things into existence. I might vent on certain things and I talk about certain issues, but I don't speak on names. People can speculate on what they want to speculate on. They can say that, oh, maybe he was talking about this person, whatever. Like, it doesn't matter to me. But the way I look at it is, if I speak a person's name, it gives them life. You know, that's why the it's important for the Americans who have changed the history of things that they put things in writing. That way they can speak these names and keep this lie going, so to speak. Because if you speak it long enough, people believe it. You know, if you speak, if you speak certain names, you can give them power, so to speak. You can cause someone who was dead to live again, so to speak, because you spoke of their name. And me personally, I feel like if I'm done dealing with someone, or if someone did me a certain way, I would never speak their name again. Now, I would vent or say something about the situation, to vent about that situation, to let that go. But as far as like bringing up a name, I let people assume, let people assume whatever they want to assume. But speaking a person's name, I give them life. And after I'm done, there's no reason for me to speak any life into someone that has taken life from me, so to speak. So if I have wasted my time with a situation, or I have invested my time in it, and I see that that's not where I need to be at in life, that situation wasn't good for me, then it's dead. You know what I mean? Like, when we bury something, no one expects something to come back, resurrect, people. That type of stuff happening to scare people. I mean, you see movies now, what I mean? That type of stuff will happen, man. It'll scare you to death. You bury somebody and they get up in they grave while you burying them. You know what I mean? And that's why, my concept of not speaking a person's name, because it gives them power. Like, you're bringing them up, you're giving them power, especially if they was oppressive to you, if they did you wrong. Like, all you doing is allowing them to live constantly, you know. But there's nothing wrong with venting about a certain situation. But I think that it's wise not to say their name. Like, leave that situation, let that, because if you say their name, you're causing them to live forever. Think about it. Our people, the Egyptians, wanted to live forever. What are people doing? They're talking about them now. They're living. They've been gone for hundreds of years and they still living because they are talked about. So certain people die once their name dies. Think about it. You don't die when you're just gone. If you did something to live to be remembered, if you affected someone's life, if you help someone change, if you encourage someone to be a better person, if you change someone's life, you're going to live to be remembered, because they're going to share that with someone else, and they're going to share it with someone else, and they're going to show it to someone else. You see what I'm saying? And the cycle goes on and on. But if you realize that speaking a person's name that does something to you, negative or evil or whatever the situation might be, let the name go. Don't bring that name up. Even uh, your trollers and people that comes up and say negative things. You know what I mean? I love the delete button. I'm not gonna lie to you, because the way I feel, like, if you can come up in my space and feel like you can say what you want to say and jump back in yours, I'm just gonna delete it. So I don't even read it. So just in case, if you was watching and you think you can say some BS on my page, I don't even read it. I delete it, especially if it's someone that I've already been familiar with, who comes around just to drop salt. That's what the devil do. They'll come through sometimes and act like, oh, they cool. Oh man, I appreciate what you're doing. Then they'll come through, drop some salt. I don't even entertain it. Peace, peace, peace. I don't even entertain it, man. I just let it be what it is. Let them go. But I think the best way to do it is, like I said in that one video, killing with kindness, man. Speak how you feel, because there's nothing wrong to voice your opinion about how you feel about someone treats you. Someone made a statement, man, and it was funny to me, because if just because America's been in business, been a country for 245 years doesn't mean it hasn't been an unfair, racist, biased country the whole time. So some people think that just because a person been in business, oh, they got to be doing something right. They got to be doing something right. They've been in business for nah. That don't mean they've been doing nothing right. They've been doing something, but that don't mean they've been doing something right. You see what I'm saying? So a lot of times people can maintain things from biases. People can maintain things from doing favors from other people, rubbing the shoulder here, doing the shoulder there. It is what it is. I don't knock nobody's business, but to think that their business has been legit the whole time is reason why they in business, that doesn't mean that. And it doesn't mean that it isn't neither. You know what I mean? So, you can see that from both standpoints. But all I'm saying is some things you just can't be naive of unless you experience it. So some people, it's easy to say what someone wouldn't do, or oh, I met this person, they didn't do that to me, but until you actually experience it, or that person, you know what I mean? So that's kind of hard. To me, I think that is actually foolish for someone to say what someone else wouldn't do. You don't know what someone else wouldn't do. I have seen many people that said they wouldn't do a lot of things, so they got their back up against the wall. You know what I mean? So to me, it's all about getting in that situation and having other people in their ear that help influence the situation. You know what I mean? Because sometimes I have learned seeds can be planted. Seeds can be planted by outside people who feel intimidated. So some people can plant seeds in people's lives that you might network with because they intimidated by you. It could start off being a good thing, and then someone else can be intimidated, like, nah, this person might do this or this here, and then now all these seeds are doubt, and now you start to think, and it's just like the devil. He'll give you an idea, and then you'll think on that idea till you believe that that ideal is your ideal. But really, it was his idea. He planted the seed for you to think about it that way, and then now you reacted to it, and you take claim to it like this is my decision, and it really wasn't your decision. That seed was planted. So you deal with that with people too. And it's crazy because I have dealt with people and I have said certain things, and people will say names. Like you will say something. It always blows my mind when I say something like, yeah, I know some people might buzz in your ear and somebody might say, well, Paul, John, and Terry didn't say anything. I'm like, well, damn, I didn't never said Paul, John, and Terry said anything. They must say something for you to bring their name up. I never said their name. You know what I mean? So sometimes it make you just think about people's motive and hidden agendas, but that's why I don't use names, because I bring life. And if I'm done with you, I'm not going to speak your name. If I don't like you, if I'm done with you, I'm not going to speak your name. Period. You know what I mean? Like it's not going to happen. Not out of my mouth. If I'm done with you, I don't want to see you do no. I don't. Whatever God has for you, I don't want to interfere with your karma. I'm gonna say it like that. This is how I feel. If I feel a certain way, I'm gonna vent off, get it off my chest. Ain't nothing wrong with expressing how you feel. Let it go, and I'm done with it. I'm not gonna bring you up because I don't want no extra karma. I don't want to take from your karma. If you got something going on, I don't want to be talking evil and then the rod gets spared from you because I was adding to the fire. Nah. Whatever's going to happen to you is going to happen to you. And it ain't going to be because of me. You see what I'm saying? I'm just stepping back. I'm just saying I'm done. Now, when it happened, I might pop my feet up and pop some popcorn and watch the show. You know what I'm saying? That's what my mama used to say. My mama said, hey, son, if they like it, you got to love it. Pop some popcorn, kick your feet up, enjoy the ride. You know what I mean? Some people, they going to put themselves in situations. And you'll get a chance to sit back and watch them go through it like, yeah. Or they'll go through something where they'll need you. At first they act like, some people act like they don't need you. And then they get in the bind where they need you, and then they want to make you feel like, you was the reason why they couldn't do this or that, or so to speak. You know what I mean? So don't give people power by speaking their name. Once you're done with them, or once they offended you or have threw you under the bus or make you feel belittled or less than the person after you have showed that you was willing to go, that extra mile, and that you did go that extra mile. Because I know everybody different. Some people, they'll claim that everybody did them wrong and they just didn't put no forth any initiative. But you got situations like where people literally would take advantage of you, where you would do things that their own children wouldn't do. You know what I mean? Like literally, they wouldn't do. You have watched their children not assist them in certain things that you had to step in and say, hey, I grabbed it for you. Hey, I helped you do this. But that's America though. That's what we deal with. So that's why I stress on being independent, and I say self-preservation, because sometimes no matter what you do for a person, they always gonna have an ulterior motive. And people that's intimidated, they always gonna try to succeed. They I ain't gonna say they gonna try to make sure that their place is secured with whoever that person is. So if they feel like you coming in, intimidate them or taking something from them, that you might be getting something I ain't getting. I got to get you out the way. That's how some people think. You know what I mean? I mean, it is what it is. Like, damn, how the, and it's crazy because I have the people I have cut off in my life. I cut them off after my mom used to say, you give a person enough rope till they hang themselves. And that's what I've always done. Like I never, because I believe in people, all colors, and I have had my heart broken from having a good heart, from really trying to help someone and thinking that nah, they ain't thinking like that. Nah, they ain't the type of person. And I have got hurt in this, and I have learned that you can't let it get you bitter. You have to let it get you better. But you will get bitter initially because you don't, it's just like I gave my all, I'm helping them and they gonna piss on me like this, so it makes you mad, it makes you upset, but then again, you have to realize that, hey, it is what it is. This is the system. This is a system we deal with. People are people, you know, and you always have someone from the sideline. It's always crazy because you always have someone saying what someone wouldn't do or this person wouldn't do this or you don't know. People tend to jump on people coattails quick. Oh, this or that or this or that, but I can only tell you what I've experienced. I can only tell you the racism and the prejudice and the bias I have experienced. Like it's always like it's an ongoing process. Like it's like sometimes you even get to the point where you like, really? But hey, it is what it is, man. But I think as long as you stay consistent on what you're trying to do, that things gonna work out eventually for you. But just for word of mouth from me personally, from my personal experience, I feel that we shouldn't give people more power by speaking their name up. You done with them, be done with them. Now, I'm not saying I speak. You can speak what your experience was. You like, what? I'm not even gonna bring his name, but I had this experience with this person, this male or this female or whatever, that I wasn't expecting. But don't give them life by speaking their name, though. I'm not speaking your name. Like once I'm done with you, I'm not even gonna ever say your name again because I'm not gonna give you any more life that you have already took it because I've already given you life. Because see, you gotta think of this. Life consists of time, family. It consists of time. However long we've been talking right now, for those who tuned in, you have invested some of your life with me by listening to me and having this dialogue with me. We can't take it back. You can't take the 5 minutes back or whatever. I can't take it back. We didn't invested this 5 minutes together. You see what I'm saying? And why, if a person is draining you or draining you, are you going to constantly give them power to take more life? They took enough. Let that be what it is. Learn from that because life consists of time. And once our time is up, our life is up. So, we don't know how long we're going to live. Some people live to be 100, 50, 30, 18. People pass. So, however old you are, if you still here, then it's a blessing. You know what I mean? But don't use someone. I say I use people for fuel to encourage me and motivate me to do other great things. Like so when I hit stepping stones and hurdles and doors that close and situations with prejudice and bias and racism, I just use it to build, to think outside of the box, to create an independence where I don't have to tie into the system if I don't want to. I don't want to be a part of that if I don't have to. Like I don't want to be a part of an oppressive situation. And some people, they don't know how to look at you unless you a part of it. And that's been my issue here in Oklahoma. Like they are used to having either someone eat out their hands, abide by their rules, but to completely be independent, meaning creating your own products, providing your own services that's not connected to their system where they don't have a say so. Fabrication, welding. I can build whatever and sell it and maintain my living, maintain my freedom, invest money for my kids' independence. Like welding, I can imagine something, I can design it. And that's the power of it to me, because you can't, I'm a creator. And I realize if God created me and he's a creator, all I have to do is tap into what's in me. And that's why I create. That's why I just grind the way I do. And everybody makes stepping stone. I think we all gonna make mistakes in life, because it ain't like we was born with all the do's and don'ts. So we learn as we go. But one thing about people, man, is the spirit. The spirit of the person doesn't lie. We tend to, it ain't it ain't, so to speak, the color of that person. It's that spirit of that person. And you can meet that spirit in another person that looks just like you, the same color. It's the spirit. So once I see a bad spirit, I don't care what color they is, I can't associate them with it. I can't give that spirit life to keep destroying. Some people just got a destructive spirit. Some people got that spirit that, where it's all about how they can win, how they can benefit from the situation. You see what I'm saying? And I have met people who, I'm gonna give you another good example, and I don't even say anything, but I instantly can tell the character of a person when I meet them, and they talk about someone else without that person being present, and they talk about them about whatever, tell me some stuff that I shouldn't even know, and would think that I know that they wouldn't do me the same way. Cause see, that's the game. I listened to this lady talk about other people, and in my mind, I'm knowing to myself, if you talk about these people that you supposed to be cool with, that got your back, or this person that's claiming they do anyway, what would you gonna do to me? I'm just a black guy you just met. You see what I'm saying? Like, these people. So if I know you would throw this person on the bus, what are you gonna do to me? Throw me on the bus? That's life. So we can't be naive to think that stuff like that don't happen, because it is. Like, I witness this all the time. Like, I have witnessed it, and I think to myself, okay, I'm gonna be part of the conversation next. You know what I mean? That's just what it is. And people tend to get hurt about certain things, but like I say, I don't believe in speaking life into a situation that's dead. Like, once it's dead, let it be what it is. But I don't mind venting. I don't mind telling the enemy to his face that this is how I feel. So if I come to you and I say something to you publicly, if I speak something to you publicly, and I say, hey, I feel this way about this situation or that situation, believe me, that person has already, that person know I feel the same way. I made sure they knew how I felt. So I'm not two-faced. So whatever I said to you publicly on a public standpoint, I already addressed it with them. They know how I feel. You know what I mean? I might, matter of fact, they might know more in depth of it, because I'm just shadowing, just touching bases, but they know, because I'm gonna make sure to be known, because I feel like if evil come to you, and evil come to you in an evil way, you should be able to approach it just the way it come to you. If it comes to you left field, you should be able to say, hey, this is what it is. And I'm gonna tell you what I have noticed a lot of times: when you pull a person coattail to do that, first thing they'll say, nah, I don't mean that. Huh? What do you mean then? You know what I'm saying? Man, don't let people get you, man. Don't give them power. Don't give them power. That's all I wanted to say, man. I just wanted to talk to you for a second, because it's just amazing how people are. But you always gonna have trollers. You always gonna have people that feel certain ways, but don't give them power. Don't give them power. You see somebody that always come through, as soon as you see their name, just delete it. That's what I do. Certain names I see, I delete. Certain things I see from the intro, when I don't read it, I might glance across the top and I see it's judgmental, and it shouldn't be. As far as, like, certain things I don't really care, but certain things that people that feel like they really, really got a lot to say, how you can tell they got, oh, I'm mad, I got to speak a paragraph. You know what I do to that? I delete that shit, because that's the most, that's how you really hurt them. I don't care about how they feel, but they tend to want you to know how they feel on your stuff. Well, I feel this. Delete that shit. Delete it. You know what I mean? Don't give them no power in your life. You know what I mean? Because they don't know the full situation. And a lot of people just tend to say things as rough up your feelings. But I think the best way to do with people like that, delete them. Delete it. Soon you see that it's messed up, delete it. And then certain people, you can set it up where as soon as they come through, it deletes instantly, or you get a notification instantly of something you need to delete instantly. You know what I mean? So, hey, let it be what it is, man. To me, I think, like, you have the power. It's your page. It's your life. is you. And if you got something you want to say about something, you got the right to say it. You know, especially if the truth or if it ain't. You know, people got their right to say what they want to say. But me personally, I just want to say this for the record that when you speak life, when you speak a person's name, you give them life. And if the person has did you wrong, they belittled you or did anything to cause you any harm, the last thing you want to do is give them life and give them more of your life. You see what I'm saying? If I'd already invested 3 months, I don't even want to invest 30 seconds thinking about your name. I'm not even going to say your name. I already invested enough time with you. I'm not bringing you up no more. You're dead to me. I'm done. You see what I'm saying? And that's how we got to look at it because life is that important. Life consists of time. So if you waste your time thinking about someone, speaking their name into existence, talking about what they did to you, hurt you, so and so hurt me all the time, all you're doing is keeping them alive, keeping them alive. Let it go. Vent it off though. You know how they say, get it off your chest. Hey, this is how I was feeling. Woo, woo, woo. Like talking to a psychiatrist. This is how I feel. Write everything down. Here goes some treatment for this. My treatment for it is get it out of my chest, write it off. I'm done. You know, and we all do things different, but I just feel like speaking evil, speaking the name of evil is giving it life. Not saying that it doesn't exist. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that it doesn't exist just because you don't speak its name. Nah, I'm just saying you're not giving it any grounds in your life. You're not giving it any more time. You're not giving it any more energy. You're not bringing that person up. Listen, I don't even hate on the person. But you know how you got people, man, don't go over so and so. They doing it. I don't even do that because if I do that, that means I'm still bringing you up. I'm not even bringing you up. I'm not saying nothing that somebody even say. I like, yeah, yeah, yeah. I know them. I leave it alone. Like I don't do that. I don't do that. But I will say, if you ask me how you feel about this person, nah, they did me wrong. Don't mess with them. Keep it real with you. If a person got, some people get mad because you tell the truth about how they did you, but that's what they did to you, and you got the right to say how you felt about it, and then you done with it. You know what I mean? But I have witnessed, man, here in Oklahoma City just has showed me the mentality. I had someone say, "Oh man, this is the heartbeat of America." I get it. If America heartbeat is in Oklahoma City, boy, it's racist as a motherfucker. Hey, if this the heartbeat, boy, because you know what? The truth be told, the truth is in the pudding. A person can say what they want to say, but I have listened to them. I overheard a conversation one time that I had said something, but I didn't want to get completely involved in it because when people talk foolish, you just gotta let them talk foolish. But this lady literally was talking about how she believed that Obama's wife is a dude and they adopted their kids, and that's the reason why he helped the LGBT community so much, because he's one of the community and his wife is. And I'm thinking to myself, like, certain things you just cross the line. Like, this lady isn't no dude, this lady. But people think like that, but you can't indulge in conversations like that. I was just listen. It just blew my mind. I'm thinking, I'm listening to them, and they, some people will say things and they just think you just naive, like you just cool with it. Like, okay. I take notes, And I'm gonna tell you one time, this really tripped me out. I got introduced to one time. Oh man, this is so and so dude, and he's like, yeah, man. They say, man, I just my skin is just black, man. They just say, man, I'm just black on the outside, and I was like, oh. Now I'm in there, he telling me this in the midst of two other women who was white, and they laughing, and I'm thinking to myself, I got this on. You see this? I'm pro black all the way. My wife is white. That don't mean nothing. I'm still pro black. Like, I don't sell out. She know who I am. I know who she is. You know what I mean? I don't sell. I know who I am. I don't believe in selling out. Like, we together because of our bond. You know what I mean? And just like Moses and his wife. You see what I'm saying? We got a bond. It ain't got nothing to do with someone being selling out. I'm being racist or she being racist, but you got certain people, they sell out. Like, literally, this dude said that. And when I looked at him, I'm gonna tell you this is something, 'cause I think about it now. When I looked at him, I'm like, okay. And I just walked off from him because it, like, literally, it disgusted me, y'all. That shit disgusted me when he said that. He got quiet. They was sitting talking, he got quiet. I think in his mind, he like, yeah, dude, didn't really. I shook his hand though, But I was thinking, like, damn, some people like black people like that. Some white people like to have black people around them that'll throw another black person on the bus, or that'll say he ain't really black. I'm just black on the outside. You know what I mean? But they ain't really black. You know what I mean? And it's funny because you do have people like I tease my daughter. My daughter is mixed. And I teased my daughter and I told my daughter, I said, girl, you just black on the outside. But when I say that to her, it means when she was her grandparents was white, her mother's white. She's raised around them. Like that's her culture. Like her family is white. I'm the only black connection she got in this universe, which is I'm her seed, so I'm a life giver. But that's her family. And I tell her, she was like, do I have any family down here? And I'm like, nah, I came up there. That's your mom and family. Her culture from my mom them, she get a lot of, it's just what it is. So I was telling her how certain things she do, and it was funny. And it was like, girl, you dark, but you act like a white girl. But I'm thinking to myself, I'm laughing at my daughter. I'm like, girl, you are a white girl with how you act, cause she really is. She black, but she raised around white. She don't try. She love her blackness. Don't get me wrong. She black everything, but she act. That's how she act. You know what I'm saying? Because that's her environment. That's all she around. She's not around my side of the family. She's around her side of the family. So I do that as that's just funny. But for someone to say I'm I'm just they be grown and they say, well, I'm just black on the outside. I'd rather deal with. To me, that's kind of sad. But it's a lot of people like that though. You got to think though, slavery was like that, man. And that's what made me think about being in this place that you have a lot of people, even with this Harriman Tubman situation. That 20 bill, y'all, like that $20 bill, it bothers me. I don't mind. I don't have no problem with them putting it on there, but the money don't have no value if you ain't gonna do something that what she calls for. Her whole movement was to free the people and have us have something, not for us to be represented on some money and still not have anything. You know what I mean? That wasn't the purpose of what she done. So I just think it was a slap in the face, me personally. That's my personal opinion. You know what I mean? Now it being on there, not saying I won't get one and look at it and keep one. You see what I'm saying? But I'm just saying that, you know, we are, and that's our facts, the black native is the true descendant of American slave on his soil. Like there isn't no other slave that descended in America but us. And we don't have any type of we don't own the government. They haven't made sure that they gave some land that's to everybody. I don't care, what rubber. I don't care if the person get it and mess it off, blow it up. It don't matter. They burn it up like they do in the club. I'm gonna make it rain. I don't care what they do with it. Give it to them anyway, because everybody ain't gonna do that. Some of us gonna build some businesses and some foundations and start something and really do something, build some communities and start some generational wealth. But it's just like anybody. You're gonna have good and bad apples inside the bunch. You don't throw all of them away. You pick out what's bad. I didn't even see the person get a good apple and have some bad spots and cut that bad spot out and shoot. Put a little salt on it and eat it anyway. You see what I'm saying? You just cut that bad spot out. But we all gonna have some bad spots. But I think that we just have to be realistic with things. So I just like to speak things from my personal perspective. I don't knock on nobody's door to make them change. I'm just speaking how I feel. You know what I mean? Sharing my experiences. But some people always have something to say about how you feel. And that's the fun about how you feel and what you see, what you experienced, the shoes you walked in, the things that you went through. So sometimes it can be like pulling teeth. But I just want to say this, man, come to you, talking to you for a minute, that don't give nobody life. If they already took life from you, don't speak of their name. Don't give them any more of your life. If they already offended you and did you, don't even speak their name no more. You're giving them life. Speak of things you want to have life of. Speak of what you're trying to do. Speak that up. You know, keep putting that in front of your face until you finally, if you don't believe it, you're going to eventually believe it. But stop giving them life, man. You know what I mean? Vent it. Vent. Get it off your chest because it's good to vent. Get it off your chest. Let it go. You know what I mean? Use it. Learn from it. It is what it is. But don't let it affect you. Don't let it change you. Don't keep losing life with a person that was draining your life or who has drained it or who has damaged part of it, because I learned some valuable things since I've been here in this city. I'm not going to use it as a negative, even though it was a negative that happened to me, but it helped me build better relationships in the future, what to do and what not to do, who to trust and what not to trust, not to just go off a person's word, get some things in writing, you know what I mean? Make things comfortable for yourself. Not to be put under the gun on nobody's gun because they want to change and switch up everything that you got going on. You know what I mean? So I think we just have to learn from our mistakes. But if you don't know, don't give people life. Don't give people your life by speaking up on them. You know, if they did you wrong, get that out of you. Handle that issue. But if you keep bringing them up, all you're doing is giving them life. Giving them life. They already got you. They already beat you. They already made you feel like a piece of shit. They already made you feel like nothing. You know, you know, you already felt the transition. You know, you literally know in your heart that you did something for them that you already know their own family wouldn't have done. So why are you tripping? Let it go. You know where you stand in that situation. You know what you did. You know how you survived. You know what you did. So just let it be what it is. But don't give them no more life, y'all. Don't give them no more life. So I just want to say that y'all enjoy y'all day. Continue to be blessed. Continue to search the truth. If you don't know, find out. Don't just believe what people tell you. Do your own research. Do your own research. Find out for yourself. You know what I mean? Find out for yourself. Build some independence. Build some wealth. Get some knowledge. Because once we know better, we do better. Hold on.